What's up, everybody? Sunday Sessions, episode 50. Super excited to be here for the 50th episode. It's just a lesson in consistency and determination to be able to show up and deliver, 50 valuable episodes to the entire Amazon community, helping educate you. So I'm excited about it. Super grateful to be here. The purpose of these calls is we provide tons of insight to help you scale out your Amazon business. For anybody, if this is your first time joining, my name is Eric Castellano. I'm the owner of Amazon Lit. I sell on Amazon full time, and in my free time, I help businesses like you thrive. So welcome, everybody. I hope everybody's having a beautiful weekend. It's a holiday tomorrow, so I hope you're doing something exciting. Hey, what's going on? So really no topic today. It's just going to be an open Q&A. Any questions that you have. Last week's Sunday Sessions, we reviewed trade show follow through. So if you haven't popped into that yet, definitely pop into that. Check it out, especially if you're going to Expo East in a couple weeks, or you just left ASD a couple weeks ago. You want to be following up with these vendors and suppliers to build wholesale accounts, because that's the name of the game. A big misconception happens at trade shows, and sometimes people leave trade shows a little disappointed because they didn't secure any accounts immediately. But here's the thing, right? A lot of time going to trade shows, you're playing the long game. There's some relationships I met multiple years ago at trade shows that are now just coming to fruition. So it's more about being a part of the industry, surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals and suppliers, and going out to lunch with new people and dinners and seeing shows. It's so much more than just immediately opening a wholesale account. Now, don't get me wrong, we're all going to these trade shows to open wholesale accounts, but I just want to help you understand that sometimes you need to delay that instant gratification to grow your business, which is okay. So if you could get over that hurdle of that immediate gratification of opening accounts, then you will have a much better ROI and just overall experience at your trade shows. What's up, Adventures with Dan? Hello, where's everybody chiming in from today? Yeah, Che, we'll be at Expo East next week, man. Or 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now. I think it's the 21st to the 23rd, maybe. Shamori, what's good? Good morning, man. How was your trip to the city, Shamori? Had some fun? Yeah, great time, Joe. What's up? I need good distributors. I have 4, but my profit is 5 to 8%. What do I need to do? So you need some more suppliers. I'd hop into Google immediately. Also check out some trade shows, which have been the topic of the conversation for last week's Sunday session. So go watch that. But you need access to more vendors, some more suppliers. And also, if your profits are 5 to 8% with your current suppliers, you need to be reviewing the inventory that you're purchasing from those suppliers, right? And eliminate the lower profiting items and only focus on the higher profiting items. Because you can turn around an account that's pulling in 5 to 8% gross margins. You could turn that around and make it a 12 to 15% gross margin account, but it's going to take some work on your end, right? Eliminating that excess inventory that's in stock, selling out of the SKUs that aren't making the profits that you expected, and then bringing in new products that meet prerequisites, right? I'd imagine if you're operating at 5 to 8%, your prerequisite for buying is probably a little low. So maybe bumping it up. Maybe right now you're at a $2 minimum. Maybe you got to bump it up to a $3 minimum, right? But that all dependent upon your specific type of business. Thanks, Adventures with Dan. Yeah, call more. Call more, email more. Another great question, Jay. Is that before expenses or after expenses? Shamari says, chilling in New York at AMZ United was great. Best part was the networking with other folks, killing it in the biz. You never know who the person you sit next to at lunch is. 100%. Couldn't agree more. Goes back to my attending a lot of trade shows comment. Right? I go for the people. The opening supplier accounts is amazing, and that's obviously the goal, but you're going to learn so much from just being a part of the industry and thriving. And also, don't sweat it if you weren't able to go to ASD or you can't go to Expo East. Like the ASD is happening again in March. And March, I think, is even a better show typically, because the August show, a lot of people are on vacation, kids are out of school, families are traveling, some vendors don't show up. The March show is much bigger, more suppliers. ASD this past year, just a couple of weeks ago, had over 300 new vendors, which is massive. That's crazy. That's a lot of new suppliers to open an account with. And we've already opened an account with 4 of those suppliers, and we placed orders with 3 of them. And we're 2 weeks out from when we got back from ASD, and we already got orders shipped to our warehouse from those suppliers. So like, here's the thing. Some of y'all are going to take action. Some of y'all are not. You choose what category you want to be in. It's that simple. You choose if you're going to be the person who takes action and capitalizes on your experience, or you're going to let those business cards sit at the bottom of your bag and not follow through. Choice is yours, right? I don't live with you, so I can't force you to do this stuff every morning. If I did, I'd be getting your ass up, having you sitting at the computer and training you the same way I train my team, but I don't, right? I'm not a part of your company. So unless you're in a circle, I can't motivate you the way you need to be able to motivate yourself. And even if you are in an inner circle, once I motivate you to an extent, that motivation sometimes disappears. And you have to be your number one supporter. You have to be your number one fan. How to create bundle listings. That's covered in Module 9 in EsellersRI. We teach you exactly how to create bundle listings. Are you optimistic, pessimistic regarding the performance of Amazon as a marketplace in the next 1 to 2 years? I'm optimistic, 100% optimistic. I don't really have a pessimistic bone in my body. Negativity doesn't serve me, so I try not to focus on it. But when it comes to Amazon, I am 100% optimistic. There's so much opportunity, literally millions of different products to sell. And this is what's going to happen, right? Because it always does. The people who are willing to innovate and shift and pivot within the marketplace while Amazon changes are the ones who are going to survive. And the people who do not are going to be the ones who fail. It happens all the time. Almost 3,000 new Amazon seller accounts are created every single day in the United States, right? 1/3 of those will never sell a product on Amazon. So 1,000 accounts a day are created that will never list a product on Amazon. This tells you a lot about the motivation of people and the willingness to put in the work. And why is that? I know why that is. I don't need to run I don't need to run a poll to figure out what the reason why people aren't capitalizing on the opportunity is. The answer is because it's challenging. It's not easy. It's not like these YouTube ads say that you're going to get a Lamborghini in a month. It just doesn't work like that. It's a business, and you have to put in the work to scale it. So I think the opportunity on Amazon in the next 1, 2, even 5 years is just continuing to grow as more buyers begin to shop there. Creates a lot of opportunity for the people who are willing to execute and provide the inventory that the buyers want to purchase, and diversifying a little bit, getting into brand partnerships and a little bit of private label and some wholesale. Like, even, for example, we'll touch on Small and Light. Small and Light, people were devastated, right? And there's really 2 reasons why people were devastated. One, they had way too much of their catalog enrolled in Small and Light. I never like to really go over 35% of my business into one category or one specific discounted option that Amazon provides, because if they eliminate that, it's going to negatively affect your business. So the people who are hurting from the Small and Light change are the people who had 40, 50, 60% of their business Small and Light, which is a challenge. It's a challenge when Amazon makes a shift and eliminates, 40, 50% of your inventory. So you have to be able to pivot. I don't care that they change Small and Light. Zero effect on me. Small and Light makes up about 15% of our company. And with the new low FBA fees, it will probably make up about 10% now. And we'll still capitalize on the opportunity. The second reason why people drop the ball on Small and Light is because the negative mindset. They're so focused on Amazon removing something, right, that they begin to dig themselves into a negative pit, and it's just pessimism all around, right? And they're like, "Oh, Amazon's the worst." And I don't care about that. Like, it's universal. It happened to all of us. It's not like Amazon said, "Hey, for sellers who do less than 10K a month, we're going to remove this." And for sellers, no, it's universal. It affects everybody the exact same. So it's not a big deal. What's up, Dark Side from UK? How are you? I need your optimism. I'm just waiting for my first order to prepare and send it to Amazon. Congratulations. That's a huge accomplishment. I'm super excited for you to get your inventory in stock. Keep in mind it could take a couple days, maybe even a couple weeks to receive, because when you send it to the distribution center, Amazon then spider webs it across to all of their fulfillment centers, and that process can take a little while. But the goal would be to keep sending inventory in. And listen, 5 to 8% margins after all expenses. So you're talking net profit. That's not terrible, especially at scale. That's not terrible. It's not. You're doing 8% after all expenses. Let's say it's all about volume though, because if you're doing 500K a month at 8%, what is that? $40,000 a month in profit. I mean, that's $500,000 a year. I'm not complaining about $500,000 a year. You ain't gonna make that working at no restaurant. You're gonna make that selling no cars, not in no regular car dealership. You're gonna make that being a chiropractor. You ain't gonna make that, being an accountant, unless you're dealing with super big accounts. So that's some serious money. How long would you expect to see if a private label product is working or not? 3 to 6 months. 3 to 6 months. And also you got to be allocating ad spend to it, investing in advertising, coupons, prime deals, deal of the day, lightning deals. Like, you got to allocate a budget for ad spend with private label. You have to. You have to. I see a distributor list, and the prices don't give me a good ROI, so I ask for very little. Yeah, you should be using the discounts we talk about in EsellersRI. We cover 10 different discounts that you can request that will help you decrease your cost of goods and create more opportunity to increase your order sizes, right? My motto is the price in the catalog is not the price I'm paying. And very rarely does that not hold true. It's pretty consistent. Uyen fan, I don't know who you are, so I'm not going to let you in here. Apologies. Haley, what's up? You might get a Lamborghini in 2 months. Fucking check. 2 Lamborghinis. Yeah, Carlos, it was a pleasure meeting you as well. I'm about to print that on a t-shirt. I'll two tins. I'm working in private label, but it's not easy. Of course it's not fucking easy. It's a business. No business is easy. I mean, they all have their good days, their bad days, their trials and tribulations, the efforts that you need to put in. You need to continually change and modify your process in order to get the end result. Of course, it's not easy. If it was easy, there'd be 4,000 people in this call instead of 50. Mihai Gana asked, is there a good newsletter with important updates regarding Amazon? I typically use Amazon Seller Central to get all my updates. Right at the top there, they usually have any changes that are happening, so you can be well aware of them. And typically, they'll also send you an email well in advance as well. Like Small and Light, we were notified, 3 months ago? We've been talking about that in my private community for many, many months now. Educating people on how to liquidate inventory, be more profitable, and really allocate their inventory properly for Small and Light. So it's all available. Yeah, I agree, Coleman. I mean, Natalia's going super aggressive. I guarantee she's got an OnlyFans link in her bio. She's going way too aggressive with those heart emojis. You can just chill with that. What else y'all got for me? And maybe not. Maybe I could be completely wrong. Any tips to scaling outside of just increasing spend? Yeah, harvest the relationship. The relationship's a huge aspect of growing supplier relationships, and spend and discounts is, visit them at trade shows, send them gifts during the holidays, take them out to dinner, take them out to lunch, and don't always just ask what you can get. Typically, the way most people operate these businesses is, what can I get? What can I get? Can I get a discount? Can I get a discount? Can I get this product for this price? Can I get this one for this price? It's like you're just a taker at that point. What about an email? Hey, I'm interested in growing the relationship. If you have any quantities of products that you're looking to move, send them my way and I'll take a look at them and see if I can get rid of them for you. What about that? You ever think about that? Providing the value to the supplier instead of always trying to take from them. What about offering to take some of their excess inventory, even if it's making you a lower profit percentage, right? But to grow the relationship. That's something we do. Yeah, looking forward to the Zoom call on Thursday, Joe. I would encourage you to review our EsellersRI website a little bit so you can kind of understand what the call is going to be about. On the call, I'm going to ask you some questions about where your company is, right? And then talk about your goals of where you'd like it to be. And then I'll explain exactly how we help get you there. And if all makes sense from your end, it will make sense from mine. We'll get you inside EsellersRI. That's the name of that phone call. Let's see what Shay's got to say. Let's get Shay in here. Send a request. Shay, you're always welcome in my lives, man. Got a lot of love for you. You know. What's your take on jumping on a listing Amazon is on? Do you still do great sales with them on the listing? It depends. So you want to analyze the buy box statistics. Make sure Amazon's not dominating the buy box. Typically, if Amazon's dominating anything under 80% of the buy box, I'll jump on. Also, you got to look at the keeper chart. Sometimes Amazon's on a listing, but they're listed much higher, at a much higher price point than the other sellers. So I'm perfectly okay jumping on a listing like that. Now, if Amazon's the only seller on the listing, typically I'll stay away. Yeah, everybody's still asleep. I went for the early live today. It's great seeing you the other day too, Deck FBA. We did sell outside of the U.S. for many years, Canada, Mexico, United Kingdom. But after running the numbers and analyzing the profits and plus the work it took to put it all together, we essentially stopped. The juice wasn't worth the squeeze at that point. So we have 100% focus on Amazon FBA in the U.S. right now. Cars and Cleaning says, good to see you. It's been a while since you did a live. I do one almost every Sunday. But when dealing with price droppers, I believe you said in the past, they usually just let them sell out. But what do you do if they have lots of units? So if they have lots of units and they're dominating the buy box and there's no chance of you getting the buy box at your current listed price, typically I will liquidate the inventory, right? I don't want to have inventory sitting in Amazon collecting storage fees. I rather break even on it, lose 5-10% cost of goods, eliminate the inventory in my storefront, and use that cash to buy more profitable goods, right? But we run the numbers. Each ASIN has its own specific solution. It's not like a blanket statement where I could say, hey, if the supplier has 3 weeks of inventory, drop the price, liquidate it. No, it's all dependent on the keep it charge, the competition, how much inventory they have. Is it a seasonal item, a holiday product? So we're analyzing all of that individually, and I suggest you do too. That's where a lot of people drop the ball. And also something to consider is expand the entire life cycle of that listing. Typically, what I like to do is year to date. And if it's the beginning of the year, I'll do past 12 months. But for example, cars and cleaning, this listing that you're potentially about to take a loss on, maybe when you expand the past 12 months of profitability for that listing, maybe you already made $5,000-10,000, right? So when you actually sell these 40 products left at a $2 loss, that's an $80 loss, but you already made 5K, right? So now your 5K profit for the entire life cycle of the listing is really $4,920 because you liquidated the last 40 units at a $2 loss. So when you expand it and look at the bigger picture, it absolutely changes the whole game because you're able to see the full life cycle of the product, right? Of selling a product on Amazon, it's not like a screenshot in time. It's a movie, you know, with a beginning, a middle, and an end. So you got to expand that entire history of the listing out to look at your historical profits, because a lot of times taking the loss on the last couple of units in stock still nets a profit. How do we manage our cash flow at such high level? I got a great person like Humble Ted doing our books, you know. He pulls all the information and just whips it up. But you definitely got to allocate your budget properly. And something you can consider is creating monthly budgets for your buyers. Hey, you know, based on our disbursement checks, we get X amount of money and we owe our vendors X amount of money, leaving us X left over, which we can then allocate to new purchases, and saying, hey, we got an extra 100K a month to allocate to new vendors. So the budget for our buyers is 100K a month. If you go spend 300K a month, you're going to run into money issues, you know, especially if it's on a short net term with your vendors and they're loaning you this inventory for 14 days and you think it's a great opportunity. So you take it, and then all of a sudden the inventory takes a little extra longer to get to Amazon, and your disbursement check is just spaced on a 2 weeks out. So by the time you get paid, it's not enough time to pay back that vendor, and then you run into money issues. So I could literally do a whole live just on managing cash flow. Yeah, being yourself is a major. What's up, Tiffany? How are you? See? Awesome. Just sent my account rep a new pair of Nikes. Che, I accepted your invite, man. You're welcome to pop in here. Unless you're still in bed looking like a gargoyle. There he is.
Hey, what's going on?
Yo, what's up, Che? How you doing, man? What are you doing right now?
Came to the restaurant, had some lunch with my son, or breakfast.
Nice, man. Breakfast with the sun. That's what it's all about, man. How was your weekend going?
Phenomenal.
Awesome,
Phenomenal.
man. Awesome. What do you got? What do you got going on the rest of the day?
I'm gonna go get some stuff done in the warehouse, so I don't have to go tomorrow.
Nice, man. Take the day off, a little Labor Day.
Yeah, got you.
Nice, man. Nice, man. You got anything you'd like to say to this group of people here while you're here, man?
Join as soon as possible.
I wasn't even asking for a sales pitch, but he said join as soon as possible.
Oh man, listen. You gave me some pointers. To be honest, you gave me some pointers about, I want to say 3 weeks ago. I went up about 300%.
Nice.
Sales tripled.
Awesome.
100,000, 300,000 in 3 weeks. Couldn't believe it.
Wow, that quick, huh?
I kid you not.
Yeah.
I'm at like 60% buy boss on every listing.
Oh, wow. Amazing. I love to hear that. That's music to my ears, Jay. I'm excited. Hopefully, end of year, I'll be sending you one of those 500K a month trophies, you know?
That's the goal. Definitely the goal.
You know, cool, man. Well, listen, brother, you're out to lunch with your son, correct?
Merry Christmas, yeah.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, man. I'll let you get back to it, brother. I appreciate you popping in here for a minute.
Talk to you soon.
All right, we'll see you. All right, bye. Fucking Che. Che's the man. I've known Che for multiple years now. He's EsellersRI, Inner Circle. The dude is just an all-around great guy. You know, I got the privilege of, I met him a lot in person, but we got the privilege of spending a lot of time together in Vegas a couple weeks ago, and just all around good dude. You know, family man, businessman. He's got multiple businesses, always looking to level up. He took action on some of the things we showed him. He said his business grew 300%. So, like, that's what it's all about for me. Emilio, how do you combat with Amazon deactivating your account? So it depends on the reason. Typically, I suggest hiring a professional service to do that. I know we offer POA, um, plan of actions, you know, Riverbend. There's some other companies that offer it, but typically for suspension, I always advise not to handle it yourself because you're too emotionally involved. Yeah, hustling FBA. What's good, man? How was your trip to look at Juan and Angela? That's another power couple and OG in the space. They got a lot of love for. And once again, EsellersRI, Inner Circle, they're just taking serious action. Accounts growing like crazy. I actually just had a call the other day, Juan. I think it was yesterday with a seller, and they're like, the reason why they reached out to me is because they saw how quick you were growing and they realized who was helping you grow. And they're like, I got to get on the phone with this guy. So I appreciate that. It means a lot. I was asleep, then I got the notification and jumped up. Can't miss Sunday service, no? Yeah, all categories. I don't discriminate. If the product can make me a couple bucks, I'll sell it. Doesn't matter what category it's in. You know? Yeah, absolutely, Juan. No problem, man. Whatever. I would expect the same hospitality if I came down to your city. You know, so it goes without saying, man. I appreciate you showing up and being accountable. The dinner was fun. The event was fun. I'm sure you guys had fun in the city with Sebastian afterwards. It was just an all around great time. How do you combat listing detail page removed with no explanation on an existing listing? Amazon had to send you something. There had to be some sort of email communication, account health issues. There had to be some communication. Search the ACID in your email. And if there isn't for some odd reason, you can create a quick support ticket and request why. Also, check the recall. Um, Let me see. What is USA recalls? I forgot what it is. It's like an acronym. But you want to check the CPSC, cpsc.gov. That's the National Consumer Product Safety Commission for recalls. A lot of times, what happens is there's a recall on a product, and you got to check that recall because Amazon removed your listing. It happened to us a couple weeks ago. We had like $15,000 worth of inventory in Amazon. There's a recall on the product. So, what we did is we figured out what lot numbers were affected by that recall. We submitted those lot numbers to Amazon, proving that our lot numbers were not part of that recall, which took about 2 weeks to even get a response. And then just a couple days ago, the listing was reinstated. So sometimes it takes just a lot of follow through to really maneuver around those product recalls and listing deactivations, figuring out why and then addressing the issue. And then sometimes you just won't be able to get the listing back at all. Typically, what a lot of listing removals have been for lately is GTIN issues. So Amazon scrapes their whole catalog of inventory, and if the GTIN does not connect to the GS1 through the brand, then Amazon will essentially remove that listing for an improper GTIN connection. Hi, sir. There are so many mentors out there teaching FBA. How should we select one, or why should I select your company? So number one is do your research. Anytime you're investing in mentorship, coaching, an inner circle, a mastermind, do your research, right? Make sure that what they're talking about is something that they actually do. I agree with you. There's a lot of FBA mentors and coaches, and I'm not going to use this opportunity as a sales pitch. I'm going to use this opportunity to explain to you what you should be looking at. So, do they have reviews for their program on Google? You know, whether it's through Trustpilot or Google reviews, like, do they have some sort of proof of concept that other people have used their system and it worked? Right. Number two is, do they do this for a living? There's a lot of FBA mentors and coaches who sold on Amazon 2, 3 years ago, created a program, and now they make all their money selling courses. Like, to me, that's immediate red flag. Like, I want to be in the trenches with someone who does this shit day in and day out. Right. Number three, do they have an option to hop on a phone call with someone from their team? You know, I know we have that option, and it's not someone from my team, it's literally me. Right. So, is the person doing this for a living? Do they have the testimonials and the feedback from other members who have been successful? And three, can you access this person prior to joining? Those are some things I'd look at. And we'd love to have you on the team, my friend. Um, and the information to schedule a call with me is in my, it's in the link in our Instagram bio, as well as right here on YouTube. Yeah, I agree. Most of them aren't even sellers, and it's disheartening. And that's one of the main reasons I got into this space, because it was like 2018. I saw my first Amazon course ad on YouTube. It was for like a $3,000 program. I bought it immediately. Me and Sebastian. It was Friday night, like 1:30 in the morning. I purchased it. We watched the entire thing, and within 5 minutes of watching it, we're like, "What is this guy even talking about?" You know, and we're like, we got to change the whole game here. We got to create a system that's just unbreakable. And right now, which is really cool, we're in the process of filming EsellersRI 2.0, which I'm super excited about. It's been a lengthy process, and the reason why is because I've been traveling so much, visiting inner circle businesses, going to trade shows, growing the business. I would have liked to have it complete in the next couple of weeks, but realistically, it's going to be a little longer than that. So yeah, 2.0 is going to be a game changer. And the cool thing about 2.0 is if you're in 1.0, EsellersRI 1.0, you automatically get grandfathered into 2.0. So what a lot of people are doing is they're getting 1.0 now. So when 2.0 releases in a month and a half, 2 months, they'll get instant access to that without having to pay the additional $2,000, because when 2.0 drops, the price will go up, right? It's going to be next fucking level knowledge and information. So when 2.0 drops, yesterday's price is not today's price. I Am Roman said that any guru that doesn't show their monthly sales on the app is not selling. Yeah, and also, do they have pictures of them actually doing stuff in the business? Are they buying inventory? Do they have a warehouse? Are they using a prep center? Like, are they documenting that stuff? It's all things to look at and red flags to be mindful of. All right, what else y'all got for me? I got a call in. Let me just check my calendar real quick. Where did my calendar go? Got a call at 11:10. Let me pull up this guy's information. New to Amazon. Okay. And then I got another one. Bebo. All right, my friends. I got time for one or two more questions here, and then I'm going to break out of here. Tomorrow's Labor Day, so I know it's a celebration of, I'm not sure what the exact meaning of the holiday is, but I know it's where everybody gets off. So it's typically a day that I like to grind it out. Obviously I'm going to enjoy myself today. I'm going to a good family friend of ours' house, going to hang out, barbecue, chill, meet my girl, my parents, their family, the whole nine. But tomorrow, I got, looking at my calendar right now, like tomorrow I'm booked up from 10:30 to 4:15. I got stuff to do all day, and that's why we continue to thrive. So, because I know what it means to make sacrifices in your business. Something I talked about at AMG United is if you're 4 years in, you shouldn't be spending 60 hours a week on your business. And that's true to an extent. But if you're 4 years in and you're spending 60 hours a week on your business, it should be the high priority things, you know, the things that are going to really move the needle. You shouldn't be packaging inventory, buying inventory, no, those are tasks that can be paid and insourced or outsourced to other people. You need to be focusing on the high priority. Yeah, have to grab the Expo East tickets. See you there. Yeah, Shamari, man, excited to see you at Expo East. Is there still a Monday call tomorrow? Absolutely, there's a Monday call tomorrow. And for anybody, yeah, we have a mentor program, Jesse. Send me a DM. We'll jump on a call. I can explain to you what's in it. There's also some links in our bio that explain it as well. Yeah, absolutely. There's a Monday call tomorrow. Just because it's a holiday doesn't mean people still don't want to grow their business. So we'll be having the Monday call without a doubt. And also for anybody who's in EsellersRI but no longer has access to the Monday calls because your 4 months have expired, we have now recently created a monthly subscription. So you can pay month to month, or you can lock it in at a discounted rate for 12 months where you could attend those live weekly calls every single Monday, hang out for a couple hours, educate and grow your mindset, be surrounded by other entrepreneurs in the Amazon space who are crushing it, and take action immediately. Thanks for doing this. Great information. Probably get asked this a ton, but I struggle with this. What do you find to be the best way to source product for new categories? Google, and just plugging in those keywords. So on Amazon, if you go to the top, Amazon.com, not Seller Central, if you go to the top and you click the little drop down with all the categories, Amazon literally gives you every single category that they offer. So I would just take each of those categories, add the word wholesale or distributor or supplier to it, and insert your state or location or city that you're looking in. Right? And you spend a full day doing that, you're going to have a list of 100 new vendors to connect with. And then the next day, you spend the full day emailing them and phone calling them to create those accounts. And by day 3 or 4, you'll have some new accounts open, right? Because at the end of the day, the name of the game is get the wholesale catalog. Right. And if they're not willing to give you the wholesale catalog, don't just say, okay, and hang up the phone. Someone just called me at AMZ United the other day and said exactly that. Hey, does this have it wholesale? I'm interested in opening up a wholesale account. And I said, hey, unfortunately, we're not opening any new accounts. And he said, okay, no problem. Click, hung up the phone. It's like, why? You ain't even going to ask why. You don't want to know why. You don't want to document why I'm not opening any new accounts. So then you can rebuttal my no in 30 days when you call me back. Nope, you didn't care enough. So I would say the best way to source products for new categories is through Google search. All right, my friends, it's been a pleasure and honor. This is Sunday Sessions episode 50. Super excited to get to the 50th episode. I love hanging out with y'all on the weekends, kicking it, discussing Amazon business growth and really helping y'all thrive. Cars and cleaning. The monthly calls are for members of EsellersRI only, and the subscription's about $250 a month. Or you could get a 25% discount if you pay for the year. And just send me, I'll actually put the, well, I can't put it in the chat because it's only available to EsellersRI members. So just send me a message, Cars and Cleaning, or an email, and we can get you set up. I wonder if I could send you a private message. I can't send you a private message. All right, my friends, it's been a pleasure and an honor. Have a beautiful, safe holiday weekend. Spend some time doing what you enjoy to do. relax a little bit, get rejuvenated, because Q4 is right around the corner. Super excited about it. Q4 typically provides 20% increase in revenue, 20% increase in profit. So it's a great opportunity to scale out your Amazon company. So I appreciate you all. Have a beautiful day. Stay grateful and stay lit. Adios, my friends.